So I got a box fan on Amazon so that I can get more fresh air in here and keep it cooler. And last night I had the box fan going. It felt like I was sleeping outside, but I wasn't. But the air quality was good because the fan was blowing the air at me there. And other updates are something annoying happened, which is something that happens when you're hypersensitive to mold, which is that I was at the grocery store, which is not moldy, and I was getting the food, which was not moldy, and I was checking out, and then I was like, I smell like a really strong mold smell, and I was like, oh my god, the person bagging my groceries must be moldy, and I tried to figure it out. I was like sniffing her, and I couldn't tell, but then all my groceries were making me react, and so I had to like go over and steal some grocery bags. This is at Whole Foods. I got the other bags and like kind of like dumped my food into the new bags and threw away those bags. And then when I got home, I washed everything before putting it in the fridge. But I'm still reacting to it somehow, and I think it must be that since I'm detoxing so much, there's a lot in my bloodstream, and it's making me kind of more reactive. So I'm just pissed about that. It's like the worst contamination I've had in a while in here. And I've got some bananas I've been having to wash a lot. Anyway, I also took some homeopathy that this homeopath that a friend recommended. Anyway, she just told me what to do since I had a head injury a few years ago. And like ever since that head injury, my skull has been sort of crushed. Where like craniosacral therapists are like, yeah, your skull is like dented in like a soccer ball that is being kicked or something. And I felt pressure in my skull the whole time. But anyway, I took the homeopathy, and it's like it's a really, really strong version that she recommended. And like an hour after I took it, I was like, oh my god, my head's moving. And so like throughout the night, my head just sort of like expanded, sort of. It feels like, I don't know how that's possible, but it's not totally back to normal right now, but it's like changed quite a bit. And it's been hard to do that with just manipulating my head, because if it's pushed in, how do you push it out, you know? And the last thing is that I was realizing that I just sort of like get distracted a lot online when I'm detoxing, and so I was looking for like a program to like block sites for me or something, and I found a lot that will limit your time on certain sites, but that's kind of nerve-wracking, because when you're on the site, you're like, I don't know, how long have I been on here? And what I found that I like better for my needs is called mindful browsing. It's a Safari extension, and when you're going to a site that you're like, I don't want to spend a ton of time, like, I typically just like check Gmail a lot. So I blocked Gmail, and so if I go to it, it makes me wait for 10 seconds to decide if I really want to go there. And then it will only let me be on there for a little while, but I haven't really run into those. I don't know how long it lets you be on there, but it just kind of reminds you not to like use a certain site all day if you don't need to. So the homeopathy really seems to have changed my personality somewhat, which from like a spiritual perspective or enlightenment perspective is very interesting, because you take something and then you're like, wow, like, my personality is so different. I don't even feel like me anymore. That continuity doesn't feel like it's there. And then you're like, gee, I must be just the background anyway, because, like, if my personality is changing so much, then, anyway, that's another topic that I talk about in my other playlists.